Alright guys, so this is my first video, and I'm going to do a quick little review of the Amazon Echo Buds here for you. So I bought these online actually on OfferUp from a gentleman, and really got a hell of a deal. Only paid 40 bucks for them. So considering they're 129 bucks right now online, I thought that was a pretty good deal. And sorry for kind of talking a little quieter than normal. I'm actually in my room right now. I'm supposed to be working actually, but my wife is watching the kiddos in the other room, so I don't want to be super loud. But anyways, so I just kind of wanted to give you all my first impressions on these. As you can see, the box is kind of or charging case a little scratched up because they're used, but who cares? For 40 bucks, it was definitely worth the purchase. So just kind of wanted to give you my initial reviews of and kind of impressions of it. So basically, as far as the tips go, I have just a generic medium/large ear tip on it. I'm going to get comply foam tips on them eventually, but regardless, these work pretty good. So as far as sound and isolation goes, they do a great job. I'm not going to lie. I mean, they really, really, really do a great job, especially with the Bose active noise, not active noise canceling, but active noise isolation or whatever they call it, or reduction. That's what it was, active noise reduction. They do a great job. I mean, I originally got these just due to the fact that I was wanting some sort of headphones that had ambient sound, because I usually just do most of my running on a treadmill inside the gym, but with all the coronavirus goofiness going on, I've been doing a lot more running outside, and so I started to notice when bicyclists would walk by or ride by, or people would run by me with a dog or whatever, I couldn't hear them. So I really thought it would be safer to have something like these. So like I said, I couldn't pass up on the deal that I got on OfferUp. But either way, yeah, I mean, like I said, as far as the sound isolation goes, it's fantastic. Even when I don't have the active noise reduction on, they still do a great job since they're an in-ear earbud. So definitely do a great job as far as isolation goes, even without that on. But once that is turned on, with a double tap, with the default double tap pass through and then double tap to go back to the active noise reduction, they do a great job. They really, really do. The pass through works pretty well too. I've noticed that at higher volumes that the pass through doesn't work as well, but it still does a great job regardless. Especially if I have it turned down a little bit, it tends to be a little more amplified. I'd say they're probably on par with the Galaxy Buds. I've used those before with ambient sound, but since I use those more in the gym, I really didn't care for them too much because the sound I don't think is as great on the Buds as they are on these or any other ones, like Power Beats or the AirPods or AirPod Pros. Even with the EQ settings that you can do in the Samsung app, I just found that they weren't as good. Now, as far as these go, the equalizer that comes on the Amazon Alexa app tend to do a great job. I was able to really adjust the EQ settings on everything, to crank up the bass, to kind of play with the mids and highs. And they did a great job. They really sound great, to be honest with you, especially for me paying only 40 bucks. I mean, hell, I can't complain at all because, I mean, I've run through a ton of affordable earbuds online through SoundPeats, through Bowmaker, Halo, you name it. I've really gone through a bunch of the different $50 and under earbuds on Amazon, and since I paid 40 bucks for these, I mean, I definitely cannot complain. They do have the sensor. You can see it right there. So when you take the earphone out or earbud out, They do the automatic stop and kind of pause and play once you put it back in, just like the higher end earbuds, and love that feature. So it's a lot easier just to take it out really quickly if someone's trying to talk to me and not lose my place in the song versus me just double tapping and having the pass through come through, because then you're kind of still missing out on your song and your music. And I just feel like the that feature is really nice, just to pop it out real quick and then pop it back in. Um, so yeah, so I mean, but as far as sound quality goes, definitely two thumbs up. Do not have any complaints whatsoever. I'm going to get some Comply Foam tips and see how that might change the experience a little bit. Because since these are a little bit bigger on the bigger side, I mean, they're not huge. They don't stick out a whole lot on my ear. I have probably an average ear, I guess I could say, but like the Jaybirds, Jaybird Runs and the Jaybird Vistas fit my ear perfectly. But when I go to the X4s or the Terras or even the Terra Pros, they just don't really fit my ear very well. So for whatever reason, yeah, Jaybirds, I love the sound, but definitely don't fit my ears very well. But I found that these did fit very well in my ear. Um, but it took a little bit of tinkering with to kind of like stick in, twist, and then they worked out just fine. I mean, I never lost a seal. I never really felt like they moved around when I would go on a 2 or 3 mile run or kind of goof around, like at the gym before all the coronavirus stuff. But anyways, they work great. So like I said, this is my first kind of quick video. Definitely wanted just to do a quick little video here of the Echo Buds. Really, the only flaws that I would say is obviously the micro USB is definitely a drawback. I mean, obviously in 2020, Type C should be the standard, and I know these came out last year, but still 2019, the standard pretty much was Type C. So, I mean, I definitely recommend, I would hope that Amazon would eventually do some sort of upgrade, do like an Echo Buds 2 or something, and then maybe add a, Type C and then wireless charging too. I mean, that would definitely be a nice little feature. Just slap it on a wireless charger and, good to go, instead of me trying to dig around and look for a USB Type C charger, because everything I have is either wireless or Type C. So I had to I used a Type C cord that I'm using for my kid's baby monitor. So kind of switching in and out of that. But as far as charging goes, I mean, it does pretty good. I think they say, you charge it for like 10 or 15 minutes and you get about 2 hours worth of time. I haven't really tested that capability yet, because typically I'm one of those guys that will use the earbud and then basically, slap them in the charger and then, typically charge at night. Anyways, but if I had to, I believe I can get about 20 hours with these, which is great. Obviously, it gets me through about a whole week of going to the gym, since I go to the gym pretty much every night and when I can, and I'll be up there for at least 2 hours. So, even if I'm in a rush and forgot to charge them the night before, pop them on the charger for 15 minutes and I should be good to go. But really, other than that, I mean, I don't really have very many other pros or cons to say about it. I mean, another pro would be is the touchpad sensitivity is actually really good. I've used, like I said, a ton of different affordable earbuds to some higher end earbuds, and that's always been kind of one of my pet peeves is, trying to search for the touchpad whenever I'm running or working out and just doing a pause to or play feature. That's very frustrating. But with this one, it's nice and big, easily accessible. So really, the only thing I've done differently is kind of for the left earbud, I've switched it up where if I hold it, it'll bring up Google Assistant. But I still am able to use Alexa for certain things. If I want to, I can just say Alexa, and then it'll come up, and then I can have Alexa do pretty much anything I want. I can have it turn up the volume, turn down the volume, do the active noise reduction or pass through. I can have it skip song. I mean, I pretty much can do anything with it. But one cool little feature that I figured out yesterday was when I was doing yard work, I was able to just tell Alexa to do max volume because I had it turned down quite a bit because my wife and kids were outside. But when they walked off, I wanted my music loud while I was doing some mowing and stuff like that. And so when I did that, it literally shot it right up to the maximum volume, which was really, really nice. So yeah, quick little feature there instead of pulling out my phone and all that. Bluetooth 5.0, I've had no connection issues at all. Even with my phone in my pocket doing runs or doing the yard work, not one lag or misconnection or anything. And then there's no lag with any videos on my phone. So Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, you name it. Have not one issue or noticeable issue with that. So, but anyways, I will do another review of some other stuff coming up soon. But I definitely wanted to just get this one out, and hope y'all liked it. And man, I'm just trying to get into the review game a little bit. I've always wanted to do it, but like I said, this was kind of an impromptu video while I'm huddled in my room, while my kids and my wife are in the other room. So, like I said, if you liked it, I appreciate any kind of feedback, whatever the case is. But appreciate it, and y'all have a great day.